The little coffee shop on the corner sits gracefully on a quiet street where time seems to slow down, inviting those in need of solace and gentle warmth. In a neighborhood punctuated by hurried steps and clashing lives, the coffee shop stands as a silent observer of countless untold stories. Far from the frantic pace of modern existence, it is a realm where moments flourish in quiet corners and the aroma of freshly brewed coffee blends with memories of yesterday, creating a symphony of soft, unspoken connections. At the heart of this cherished haven is a small wooden sign aging gracefully above the door, its faded lettering reminding visitors of days long past yet never truly forgotten. Every detail, from the light chime that greets patrons upon entry to the deep, inviting hues of polished wood and rustic tiles, is carefully curated to evoke nostalgia and calm introspection. The interior is a celebration of simplicity and authenticity. Each table tells its own story, and each chair carries the imprint of weary yet hopeful souls who have once found respite within these walls. Among the frequent visitors is an aspiring writer, a young woman whose eyes gleam with dreams and whose creative spirit finds nourishment in the very essence of this place. She chooses the window seat each time she enters, a ritual where she silently cradles her notebook and pen as if they were cherished friends. In the soft drizzle of morning light, as the world outside shudders with the onset of a new day, she finds inspiration in the gentle hum of conversation, the clack of ceramic cups, and the quiet rhythm of life being gently conducted by fate. Within her mind, vivid stories begin to form. Her thoughts unravel like delicate threads, weaving intricate tales of love, loss, and the whimsical dance of coincidence that binds the lives of strangers together in unseen ways. Not far from her chosen haven of contemplation is a retired gentleman whose silver hair and warm, creased smile capture decades of wisdom and experience. Dressed in a neat, time-worn jacket and carrying a cane that hints at both frailty and resilience, he moves slowly but with a purpose through the coffee shop's familiar layout. For him, every visit is an opportunity to reminisce about days when the world was simpler, and every face he encounters brings a precious echo of the past. The barista, a console well acquainted with his routine, always greets him by the occasional nod and a knowing twinkle in the eye. Their silent exchange is like a well-practiced dance, a mutual recognition of shared history and an unspoken promise that some bonds are eternal, unbounded by the passing of time. In another intimate vignette of everyday authenticity, the coffee shop nurtures the tender evolution of a first date. A young couple, each harboring a mix of excitement and apprehension, embarks on what appears to be a simple outing that quickly transforms into a delicate balancing act of vulnerability and burgeoning hope. Amid the soft clatter of cups and the gentle murmur of nearby conversations, their initial awkwardness slowly dissipates. In the shared comfort of a warm pastry and a mutual appreciation for the ambiance. As they exchange sidelong glances and cautious smiles, the coffee shop subtly casts its spell over them. A spell woven from countless similar moments, each as fleeting and profound as the brief interlude of sunrise that graces the horizon. As the day unfolds in a tapestry of intersecting lives, the shop becomes the silent stage upon which everyday magic is staged. The aroma of roasted beans and the sweet tang of caramel lure both the solitary and the sociable alike. Regular patrons, who might have been strangers on any other day, find themselves united by the timeless charm of this humble corner. The harmonious clink of utensils and the low hum of background music provide a steady backdrop to the small dramas playing out in the corners of this cherished establishment. In every glance exchanged, in every deliberate pause before a warm sip, there is a testament to the idea that sometimes the most profound moments are found within the ordinary. In one quiet afternoon scene, the writer's gaze lingers on the interplay of light and shadow as it dances over the warm surfaces of the coffee shop. The window seat, with its view of bustling streets and distant memories, becomes a portal to both the present and the past. In this reflective solitude, the writer's mind weaves stories of life's ephemera, each ray of sunlight a metaphor for hope, each fleeting smile a symbol of resilience. Her creative energy, quietly nurtured by the ambient energy of the space, flourishes with every gentle observation. The subtle sound of a distant clock, the murmur of a lullaby playing faintly in the background, all contribute to a creative tapestry where time and imagination converge in a delicate balance. Beyond the artistic sanctuary provided by this place, the coffee shop is an enclave for healing. It offers solace not only in the taste of its expertly brewed beverages but also in the nonverbal communion that unfolds amidst its softly lit interiors. The retired gentleman, whose life is etched with both joys and sorrows, finds his own form of therapy here. With each visit, he reclaims his connection to a world that once brimmed with promise. The familiarity of the routine, ordering his favorite blend, sitting in his accustomed corner, and exchanging silent appreciations with the barista, serves as a mosaic of comfort. In this space, the passage of time is measured not by fleeting moments but by the accumulation of shared experiences and the gentle reaffirmation that love, in its many forms, endures. Outside, the world rushes by, indifferent to the delicate cadence of life contained within these walls. Yet inside, an unspoken magic lingers in the very air, a magic that infuses each cup of coffee with the essence of hope and quiet determination. The first date, marked by tentative gestures and the soft glow of newfound trust, stands as a reminder that vulnerability can be both beautiful and transformative. Every shared pastry, every brief touch over a steaming mug, becomes a silent promise that in the midst of chaos, there exists a sanctuary of genuine human connection. The interplay of contrasting moments here is nothing short of a masterpiece. In the midst of busy lives and relentless change, the coffee shop on the corner offers steadfast continuity. A reminder that even as seasons change and faces come and go, the essence of human connection persists. With every sunrise that casts a golden hue upon its weathered walls, the little shop breathes a quiet resilience, a declaration that regardless of the struggles life may bring, there is always comfort to be found in the familiar. The ambience of the shop is underscored by an almost musical cadence. Soft jazz notes and the distant whisper of an old tune become intertwined with the soft patter of rain against the window. In moments like these, the aspiring writer finds not only a muse but also a shared heartbeat with the space itself. The interplay of art and life is seamless, a gentle reminder that creativity is born when the soul is open to the harmonious chaos of existence. Each ingredient, the creamy texture of a perfectly frothed latte, the bittersweet tang of a well-aged espresso, the comforting aroma of freshly baked pastries, is a note in a symphony that nourishes both body and spirit. As the afternoon light deepens into a mellow glow, the coffee shop gently transitions into a realm of evening introspection. Shadows lengthen and merge with soft whispers of recollections, every visitor immersed in their own thoughts. The retired gentleman takes one of his habitual moments to gaze out through the rain-kissed window, reflecting on a life spent in the ebb and flow of countless seasons. His eyes, filled with both reflective sorrow and serene acceptance, mirror the quiet dignity of a life well lived. Each wrinkle, each subtle gesture of farewell when departing, speaks of lessons learned and memories cherished, a tapestry of experiences mapped out over time, forever interwoven with the spirit of this enduring sanctuary. In a delicate crescendo toward the close of the day, the coffee shop becomes a microcosm of the world beyond its doors. Here, disparate lives converge in a mutual search for solace, each finding validation in the gentle acceptance that only such an intimate space can offer. The narrative of the aspiring writer, the retired gentleman, and the tender first date coalesce into a seamless dialogue of empathy and shared wonder, transcending words and speaking directly to the heart. Their lives, though distinct in their journeys, momentarily entwine better than the carefully arranged table settings, offering a silent reminder that every individual carries with them a story worth telling, a spark desperate to ignite the darkness. The architecture of relationships in the coffee shop is designed by fate. The random assignment of seating, the subtle exchange of glances, the nuanced smiles that speak louder than any conversation could. This interplay of chance and intention blurs the lines between the ordinary and the extraordinary. The individual moments that define a day here all contribute to a larger narrative that is both profoundly personal and universally resonant. Every visitor, whether fleeting or regular, contributes a verse to the living poem that the coffee shop has become, a poem composed of shared coffee sips, familiar routines, and the enduring warmth of human connection. As twilight drapes itself over the quaint exterior, the coffee shop bathes in a soft glow that seems to whisper secrets of long-gone days and dreams still waiting to be fulfilled. The gentle clatter of cups and the susurration of hushed voices create a cocoon of intimacy around the space, making it a refuge for souls seeking refuge from the harsh realities of an unpredictable world. The tactile comfort of the environment, Its worn, yet lovingly maintained furnishings and the soft, ambient light ensures that each person who enters is enveloped in a sense of belonging, an invitation to pause, reflect, and simply be. In this phase of the day, as the golden light surrenders to the cool serenity of dusk, the coffee shop stands resolutely as a reminder that life's transcendence often lies in the simplest of moments. The aspiring writer, who had spent the day transmuting observation into metaphor, now gathers her scattered thoughts with a quiet satisfaction. Her heart brimming with gratitude for the silent lessons imparted by the everyday unfolding around her. The retired gentleman, ever reflective, leaves behind an air of gentle wistfulness, a quiet testimony to a past enriched by love, friendship, and the enduring pursuit of small joys. And the first date, still imbued with the nervous excitement of a fledgling connection, carries the promise of future encounters that may blossom into something extraordinary. Each element of this setting, the meticulously prepared drinks, the familiar smiles exchanged across the counter, the soft interplay of light and shadow, is artfully woven into the fabric of an ongoing story. It is a story that celebrates the beauty of ordinary moments, the shared intimacy of a well-worn space, the silent understanding born of repeated visits, and the gentle reminder that in the heart of a bustling world, there exists a quiet corner reserved for reflection, healing, and the celebration of human connection. In its own unassuming way, the little coffee shop on the corner embodies a philosophy that is both timeless and relevant, a philosophy that reveres the small, interlaced fragments of life that collectively define one's existence. Here, every cup poured is an act of quiet compassion, every gesture a reciprocal acknowledgement of shared humanity. The confluence of artistic dreams, timeless reminiscences, and heartfelt interactions creates an environment where the abstract becomes tangible, where everyday rituals are elevated to acts of soulful communion, and where visitors inevitably depart carrying a subtle shift in perspective, a renewed optimism rooted in the beauty of the mundane. As the evening unfolds into the gentle quiet of night, the coffee shop becomes a silent guardian of myriad memories. In the soft flicker of dimmed lights, every etched mark on the wooden surfaces, every shadow cast by the flutter of a curtain, is transformed into a living testament to the passage of time. There is a sense of unspoken continuity in this space, a resilient thread connecting all who have sought and found comfort within its walls. The narrative crafted on this canvas, rich with introspection, gentle humor, and the bittersweet taste of nostalgia, serves as a reminder that life, in all its uncertainties, is nurtured by moments of genuine connection. Within this small haven, souls find refuge not by escaping reality but by embracing it with a grateful heart. It encourages a celebration of the insignificant details, a hand-stitched tablecloth that has witnessed tireless days of laughter and quiet tears, the familiar scent of roasted beans mingling with memories of shared confidences, the soft murmur of voices that have become part of a cherished ritual. Here, life is not measured by the grandiose, but by the accumulation of gentle moments that, together, form an exquisite tapestry of existence. Thus, as the night deepens and the coffee shop slowly empties, the space retains the essence of its daily magic. This legacy of warmth and quiet resilience lingers long after the final cup has been sipped, a poignant reminder that the best therapy often arrives in the form of a hot drink, cradled between familiar hands and a comforting smile exchanged without the need for words. In the interplay of light and shadow, of memory and dream, the little coffee shop on the corner remains a beacon of solace, a quiet sanctuary where lives intersect, and where every day unfurls the promise of small yet profound miracles. In its unassuming presence, the coffee shop challenges us to appreciate the subtle beauty of everyday life, a beauty that is often overshadowed by the cacophony of modern existence. It invites us to pause, to savor the moments that might otherwise slip by unnoticed, and to acknowledge that even the simplest act of sharing a cup of coffee carries with it a world of emotion, hope, and humanity. Within these familiar walls, the narrative of life is continuously written and rewritten, a living, evolving story that welcomes everyone who seeks to redefine the ordinary as something extraordinarily meaningful. And so, as the coffee shop's lights dim and the quiet murmur of the night settles in, one cannot help but feel that somewhere within its warm embrace lies a truth that remains eternal, that in every carefully brewed cup lies an invitation A gentle call to recognize that the true art of living is found in appreciating the delicate, fleeting moments that stitch the very fabric of our lives together. Here, amid lingering scents and soft echoes of laughter, the world seems a little kinder, a little gentler, and infinitely more welcoming. A refuge where even the quietest soul can feel, if only for a moment, profoundly seen, deeply understood, and eternally cherished.